Alright, here's the second part of animating different character reference sheets. And this time I'm doing Homer Simpson. And I think this turned out fine. Like, it's not my best work, but really the main goal here was to get the body proportions of the character down in ways that I think worked. So you can see me, this is the first part of it. I'm taking certain images. I just search up like Homer character reference, and then it gives me like a bunch of these images that I think are used by the animators, I'm pretty sure. So I started off with like a basic sketch, and then starting with the mouth, or the beard. So I think the beard is mixed in with his mouth in a way. At first, when I finished the sketch, I was kind of like meh on how it looked. Here's another day. There's going to be a lot of skipping from different days and different moments, so you see many parts of me jumping through different recordings because sometimes I forgot to record some days, but most of the time I remembered. And then over here, this is me doing the hands. I think the pose of him bending down didn't really turn out as good as I wanted it to, but it really was the best I could do with the reference that I had. So, yeah, because I mostly resorted just by using images and not using animation clips. There's some moments where I just take random breaks to do things. I think I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, I was finding another reference image. The legs were a tiny bit harder, but I realized they were just kind of simple and like just not as exaggerated, so that made it a bit easier. And the other arm, I think I could have done the other arm better, but really it was the best I could do. And you can see me trying to make sure it's not like super incredibly long, like it's a big, not like it's a big fat noodle. So for that, I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna make him pick up a massive sized donut instead of just a regular sized one, because it'll help with the pose a lot. And I was doing another. Oh well, no circle, I guess. And the legs. It's kind of the harder part. I feel like I could have made the sketch or the animatic poses a bit neater, because there was still a lot of lines I forgot to erase. I'm not really very good at that. I don't know what I was doing here. There's certain pauses, because I think there were a couple days where I was just maybe talking to people, maybe talking to my teacher, I don't know. or someone came over and asked me a question, which is nothing wrong with that. I always like to answer those, but I have work. I do a lot of work. And here's me actually getting into animating the character. What's funny is that my stupid little brain thought that The Simpsons was animated on ones. Because I haven't really done like actual full TV kind of animation. I've just worked a lot with like Flash, so I do like things that make it smooth with like Flash animators. But I looked up and I thought about it, and I was like, is this animated on twos? And turns out it was, so I had to adjust the frames and redo them, and there's me realizing it, and I'm like, oh, they're on twos. Okay, so I have to fix that. Oh my god. At the time I was doing this, I watched a video called the No-Nos of The Simpsons, I think. It's a video about how The Simpsons are actually animated and like the certain things the animators need to remember about the character. And that's what kind of inspired me, is like, you know what, I'm gonna do Homer. I wanted to do Bart as well. Like, I think Bart maybe actually would have been maybe the better option, because I think he's a bit more simpler and easy to get a hand on, but I chose Homer because I think there was a lot more reference sheets for Homer out there. And you can see me here making the line art smoother. I mean, if you could call this smooth, but there's none of that like leftover lines that I had to that I forgot to erase. And then the mouth. When I was doing the movements, I tried to make it as accurate as I could to the Simpsons, but like it didn't turn out as well as I wanted. It turned out a tiny bit choppy, but I was like, you know what? It's more about the character reference and how the character is drawn, so I'll just keep it like that, and I'll just kind of have a little bit of fun with the animation. And I think it turned out okay. It didn't turn out too bad. And you can see me doing a bit of skewing with the hands. That I'm pretty sure the actual animators for The Simpsons, I know they animate completely digital now. I think they use Toon Boom. But you know, I've always been kind of an animate Flash guy. I think in this pose I made his forehead a little too big, but I kept it in because I think it's funny. It's like Mega Mind Homer. So for the next project I'm doing, which I may release online, is I'm doing a making my own character reference sheet. That was, I believe, the plan that I had. So I'm excited for that. Oh boy. Hot diggity dog. Okay, this is going way over the limits, that's right. I forgot WeVideo has like a limitation to a narration, so oh my god, that rhymed. So I'm gonna have to stop it and then go back.
I was starting to think maybe I could use something different, like I don't know, I could record something on FL and then just put it together in like DaVinci or something, but it's just easier this way because since it's online, it saves for you, and so I can take it anywhere. But it would be nice. I think here I'm almost done with the animatic. See how large the donut is in his fingers. And the arm. Well, the arm again, yeah. Edit some things, make it smoother. Alright, now we're on to coloring. Well, actually, I finished the line art, and I sadly didn't record me doing much of that. Oh! No, this is, I colored the first frame, actually, is what I did. And then I did the line art for the next frames. I don't have video of me doing of starting the line art. I sadly didn't record me doing that. Because I think I either forgot, or maybe I just couldn't record. I think I forgot. I think that was why. Let me adjusting the eyes. I don't know why I paused here for a second. Maybe I was busy or something. But if you look up in the corner in the library, you can see a screenshot I took from a YouTube video of a couple of the Simpsons couch gags. And I used that as a reference for the movement of when he bends down, in a way. Or no, I think I used that for the blinks it was and the bounce backs. It was a scene, I think, where the grandpa saw a card and he got scared by it, so I was like, oh, that's kind of a reference I need. So I took inspiration from that and I used it. There's me actually doing the line art. I used the pencil tool because I thought in general it would give me more freedom with moving around the character, but I was wrong. And also because it looks a bit neater, but I was actually wrong. I think it would have been better if I used the just basic classic brush. But whenever you see me like statically moving my mouse around like this, it's probably because I'm in a different tab, like I'm in Chrome or something. And the reason that you don't see it is because I had WeVideo only record the Adobe Animate window. I only had to record that because I didn't really think you needed to see, you know, me finding references and all that, because in my essay I'm doing an essay based off of what I'm studying for this. I will show what references I use because I still have them saved in the FLA, which is the Adobe Animate file, because Animate used to be Flash, so FLA means Flash. They just never changed it to be like .animate or something, but it's really cool because with that factor, it's backwards compatible with older like Flash projects and stuff. Like if you got access to an old Newgrounds FLA animation, like Ultimate Showdown maybe, which I don't know. I don't even know how you would get that. Probably on Newgrounds or something. You could turn that into an FLA with like a converter or something, and edit that, even though it was made in an older version of Flash, which I think is really cool. A lot of old internet animations that you might know mostly were done in Flash, like Madness Combat and Ed's World, BFDI, and a bunch of other ones that you may know. From like early 2010s mostly. Nowadays people really do use Animate, but I have seen a couple people who use things like Toon Boom and TV Paint, so it's like one of the softwares to use, but it's not like the big one now to use for animation. I mean, doing the line art, I decided that I'm gonna do line art frame by frame and repeat it instead of copying and pasting something. But I was like, I'm gonna just do that, because later on I decided, you know, this is taking forever and I don't have time, so I was just like, I'm just gonna copy and paste just a couple times just to, you know, do what I gotta do. Just make it look nicer to get it done faster. As I was saying about Adobe Animate being not like one of the most used animation softwares, well, I mean it is, but like not as much as Flash was used back in 2010. It's up there in the top 10, and I will say, as a person, if you're starting as an animator, I would recommend trying Adobe Animate, like not just like being like, oh, Adobe Animate's the best, you'll love it, it's definitely for you. No, that's not for me to figure out, and that's not for me to, you know, choose and everything. It's really about what works for you, and, you know, something that feels comfortable to you. Like, if you feel more comfortable using like Toon Boom Harmony, then use Toon Boom. Like, you really always should feel comfortable with what software you should use, but at the same time, you should always try different softwares as well, because if you're going into like a big place like the animation industry, you want to also get used to different softwares for animation. Which is why I, being more of a Blender 3D guy, I have trying to get a bit into Maya, because I think Maya is actually used a lot more in studios than Blender. Not to say I'm not going to be in studios, but like it is used a lot at my like plan to go to college, but it would be cool to figure it out, because I'm one of those guys who likes to try out different softwares. I was expecting this to be a little bit longer, but it's actually almost done video, so yeah, good thing I speed up the clips, or else this thing would have been like an hour. Because this took a lot longer than the Tom animation did, actually. And you can see up in the corner, you may be able to see Book from BFDI and like Teapot BFB, because at this time I've been practicing animating in that style, and mostly the Teapot style, and I've enjoyed it very much. I just enjoy animating in that style, which is why I've been practicing and doing it a lot. It's just fun. It's just fun to sometimes try different styles as an animator, and just do new things. And it's a very good thing to do as well, because if you're planning on working at, like, I don't know, Cartoon Network or something, or was it like Disney Channel or whatever, like, you really want to learn how to get into different styles as much as you can. Not to say you can't have your own style. It's always great to have your own style, but it's recommended that you learn different animation styles as much as you can. Yeah, see, this arm I could have done a lot better. I'm not the biggest fan of how this arm came out, because it's like, she's like stretching it like beyond belief. Like, it's really long and it looks kind of flat, but it's fine. Sorry about that. Again, WeVideo does this annoying thing where it's like stops at like 10 minutes during a narration, but whatever. As I was saying, like, it's fine. I was trying to focus more on drawing the character as close as I could, but even though that's not really how that works, I didn't have much time and couldn't fix it. Here's just me messing around with the book animation, actually. Kind of procrastinating a little bit, because at this time I was focusing on that style, so I was just messing around with it. It's like him bouncing. It's a her, sorry, that's a woman. Speed up, it kind of looks like she's just spinning. And here's me going back to the Homer animation. And then over this part, I copy and pasted the first pose and then edited it a bit to make it look like it was moving back up, and the changes I made to the first sketch. Moving the head and getting all that out of the way. That's what I hate a lot about the pencil tool. It tends to, they're all separated into like their own parts instead of it just being one. So I can't like erase it. I have to like completely like stretch it around and move it, and sometimes it doesn't turn out the way I want, or it leaves like these tiny little corners, and it gets really annoying. Like really, really annoying. But it's fine. It's fine. It is fine. It is fine. It worked out. Everything's okay. Kind of. Everything is okay. I just said kind of because, you know, funny, haha, lol. And then the head, and then the mouth, the face, all that crap. And this is when I actually get into the coloring. Doo-doo-doo. Again, another thing I don't like about the pencil tool is that you have to actually use like the classic brush to like fill in the whole thing. There might be another way to do it, because I swear I've done it without having to use the classic brush once to fill everything in, but I don't know, maybe that's just me. And I had to do this over and over again. It was so tedious. Well, with the pencil tool, you could just like draw the thing, grab the bucket, and then bop, it just fills it in. But not with the pencil tool, the classic brush. You could just fill something in immediately. I was drawn with it, but for the pencil tool, it doesn't work like that, and that was really annoying. But I was able to get through it decently enough. At some point here, you'll see me switch to my like school laptop, because I asked my teacher, like, could I get this installed on my school laptop just to make it go by faster and to help me get it done quicker. And she was like, yes, of course. And I was like, yay. So I was able to get it on my school laptop so it could get done faster. And you'll see that happening when the aspect ratio kind of swoops around a bit. Whenever I hear people say, like, animation takes a long time, like, I know it's true, but I kind of just brush it off and like, that's true, moving on. But whenever I'm doing something like this, I'm like, yeah, they were right. They were always right. This takes forever. It's always worth it in the end. And I think that's why, maybe though it takes time, still do it, still work on it, because you'll end up with something beautiful. And again, there will be moments where I'll skip the coloring part. Here's me changing to my laptop, because you can see the aspect ratio changed. And now I'm working on the arms. I was able to do the arms actually a lot quicker, in like a minute, because we weren't doing anything, so it took less time. And then there's the donut. I just used the classic brush with the donut. I didn't really stay true to the style, because that's not really what I did with Edgeworld either. With the Tom animation I did. But I think it turned out okay, because with the Tom animation, it was like, oh, that's just a photoshopped image of Thor's hammer. It's just transparent image. So I was like, why don't I do the same thing with Homer, but I'll just draw it this time. For the pants, I decided, like, you know what, I'm gonna separate them. Separate them from each other. Because, you know, separation. The reason I did was, it was really difficult being able to get, like, everything filled in when the arms were in the way, because the arms were already filled in, and they were on the same layer, so I was like, I'm gonna move the pants to a different layer so I can have that easily done. And you won't be able to see me finally finishing the project because, again, I wasn't recording at the time, because it was, because I forgot. It's weird seeing me do this, because, like, I'm very locked in whenever I animate, but, like, seeing me actually work on it, or a recording of me actually working on it, is like, oh my goodness, I'm doing this, like, this is me. Like, I'm making this. Like, whoa, that's cool. Sooner or later, we're almost done. I believe I switch back to the actual computer in a second here. Or maybe I don't, who knows. I might not, and we might just jump to the final. So the video's almost done. Okay, either that or it froze. Or I forgot to speed up a clip. I don't know. But you can see the pants there. I still had to fill in that. But I could easily do that because it was on a different layer. Oh yeah. Well, I was correct. It didn't record myself finishing it, and I just stood there for a while. I don't know why. But here's the final product. I think it turned out alright. Stay true to the Simpsons style a bit. And here's the animatic, the storyboard put all together. Hope you liked it.